Realtree's Midwest Whitetail is brought to you by Cabela's, Easton Arrows, Frigid Forage, Fuse, Grizzly Coolers, Hoyt, Hoyman Tree Saws, Muddy Outdoors, Nikon, Ozonics, Redneck Blinds, Rocket Broadheads, RTP Outdoors, Trophy Rock, Spot Hog Releases, Wilderness Athlete, Viking Solutions, and Realtree.
Dude, he's pouring blood. He is pouring blood. Did you see that?
Welcome to Midwest Whitetail. It's morning November 10th, and Matt and I are back in here after it. We had a northeast wind today, so last night, kind of when we were game planning the situation, any kind of easterly wind isn't too great for a lot of our sets. But this farm, we knew this plot here is starting to draw a lot of action from some card pulls. So the northeast wind, we were kind of saying it should push our scent down this tree line here to my right to kind of help us out and keep it out of this plot and this timber to our north. But right at first light, somebody flipped the switch on for this plot, and here came all the deer. The does and fawns were in here big time. Small bucks were moving through, you know, checking those does. But they were right on top of us, so we couldn't even move. We weren't able to do, you know, a pre-interview like we like to kind of lay the groundwork for our hunt. And I didn't even have my bow in my hand yet. So as they finally worked off this plot after quite a while, I stood up to ask Matt if he wanted to do an interview quick, and he told me not to move. So there was a small buck moving through, and no more did that little buck get through this plot. We started hearing some grunting coming, so I grabbed my bow, and Matt saw him first and let me know, hey, it's one of the shooters. So I saw him putting a scrape down here at some Russian olive, and he started scent checking the south end of this timber here we're sitting in, scent checking for does. And I stopped him. He offered us a great 25-yard shot, and he ran off here. Looks like he's probably not going to do much of a track job, so that's a good deal. But all these deer are getting into this plot here. it's kind of a mixture. It's pure trophy clover, big and beastie, and then some oats that we came in here in the early fall and overseeded to try to save some of it from the drought. It's definitely paid off, because there's, Larry Bird is one of the bucks we're really in here after, but there's 3 or 4 good mature, huntable bucks on this farm, so it was a good choice for us today.
Hey, you guys leave?
Yeah.
Okay, I just shot a big buck. Yeah. So, yeah, that's right, buddy. Yeah, he'll hang right next to him.
There he is, bud. Dude, he's got mass. Oh yeah. Get my hands on it. Yeah, and he came right through here and just crashed right over there.
Yeah, that's that one that was chasing yesterday.
He's got those big blades.
That's the one that came through the yard.
That's awesome. I mean, he's just got so much mass all the way through. I think we got him on trail cam, man.
I think that's that one you sent me. Pretty sure it is.
Well, it's the afternoon now, November 10th. We harvested this old warrior this morning on a farm just west of here, a couple miles that we have permission on. It was a great morning to be in the woods. We knew it would be. The last 12 hours has just been phenomenal here. I had some family obligations last night. We had a northwest wind set up perfect for our redneck set here at this farm, so Matt went out there and tried to do the whole self-imming thing, and like we all know, it's very, very hard to do. And Matt ended up harvesting a buck we called a straight 8 last night, a great buck, but he walked off frame right when the shot happened, so it's just another lesson learned. It's happened to me. It's happened to many guys that are out there trying to film very hard without a cameraman. So with that activity that Matt saw last night, he got in there about 2:30, deer running all over the place, bucks running all over the place as soon as he got in the blind. So we knew it was going to get extremely cold last night and into this morning. This farm that we harvested him at, we knew there were several good mature bucks, Larry Bird and then this old warrior running around out there. So we could hear deer all around us and does moving around. So we just got settled in, but as soon as light came, there was deer all over us. So we couldn't really do our, initial interview like we like to when we first get in the tree and it gets light out. We were just surrounded the whole time, all the way up until we heard some grunts coming in. He came into the plot, worked a scrape and a licking branch and offered us just a perfect 25-yard shot. So we took the shot and he only went about 50, 60 yards and piled up. So pretty thankful for the last 12 hours for Matt and I. So tonight we're going to get these 2 bucks taken care of, celebrate our harvest to, start off our vacation here and go get a couple more tags and get back in after some of these mature Central Illinois bucks that we're after.
It's the morning of November 10th. It's about 7:45 and it is brutally cold. When we were coming out this morning, it was 12 degrees. High winds. They're probably, for 12 degrees, there's 10-mile-an-hour winds at least this morning. Real early, we had some does and fawns come in to bed. Then we had another doe up on the hill and another little forkhorn buck and a nubbin buck and a spike buck. I had a little throwdown showdown right here about 5 yards in front of us, which was a pretty cool experience. But other than that, it's been slow. There's got to be movement today. It's brutally cold in the stand right now. I think we've got every pair of long johns and layering we can have on right now to even do what we're doing, but it's pretty cold right now, so we're hoping we can see some stuff on their feet moving just to stay warm. just after noon. Mark and I are going to stick it out here all day. We've had movement all morning. I mean, there's plenty of deer around. We just had a really nice 4-year-old come up. Well, we believe he's 4. He sure looks 4. Very tempting to shoot a deer like that. He had a broken G3, so we opted to let him go. Hopefully, he makes it to next year. He'll be a big one for sure. But there's got to be a big mature buck to come through here today. It's ideal conditions. Wind's right for us. The stand setup is just perfect. It's basically a ridgetop funnel that they come cruising through here every rut, no matter what. So it's not really ideal for us to sit out here all day in this freezing cold weather, but we're gonna try it, and we've got some hot soup with us to try to get us through the afternoon. Well, we've got about an hour and a half left in legal shooting light. It's been pretty slow. I mean, we've had movement all day long. We've got a nubbin buck bedded about 20 yards from us right now as I speak, over Mark's left-hand shoulder. It's plenty of young bucks moving today, but just no mature ones. That 4-year-old was the best buck we've seen all day. We're hoping something might move through here later, but it's the wind's picking up right now and it's getting cold. Temperatures are dropping. It's been pretty brutal sitting all day, but we seem to manage to make it through there. We've got an hour and a half left. So let's hope something comes by soon, like in the next half hour. But I doubt at these conditions right now. It seems good, but nothing's moving, so I guess if we see something or get anything, we'll bring it to you. If not, we'll be back out tomorrow morning.
Well, good morning. Today is November 8th, and it's a super still morning. It's about probably 25 degrees right now. Got a heavy frost, and the winds today are supposed to be out of the west-southwest, and they're really light right now. I haven't really checked it to see what it's doing down here, but it's just dead still. But we're sitting in a stand that we haven't sat in all year, and over the past years, it's always been a pretty good stand. We've always had pretty good action out of it. So this is the same area that the deer we call the Texas 10 should be using, and a deer that we call Kingfish, that we haven't seen him since late summer, early fall, so I'm not sure if he's even in this area anymore, but we're pretty excited, like I said, to sit in here. So we're going to see what the morning brings. Well, it's 11:15 here. I think we're gonna go ahead and get down for November 8th. This is was a pretty lousy morning for us anyway. We didn't see one deer in here, and this over the years have been a really good stand. So, not sure what went on. Maybe it's just the morning, but for whatever reason, there wasn't no deer moving through here. So we're gonna get down, move over to Brad's one of Brad's farms, and then he's gonna be behind his bow tonight, and I'll be the camera guy. So hopefully we'll get over there and get a big mature buck on the ground.
Hello and welcome to Midwest Whitetail, the Heartland. It's November 8th. It's about 2 o'clock. This morning it was pretty slow with that, and we hunted till about 11:15 and didn't have a deer sighting at all. We got a southwest wind this afternoon here, and temperatures are probably in the lower 40s. And when I was coming back from Thad's house, right before he got here, there was a doe out in the field, so that was our first deer sighting just up the road from my house. And then when we were coming down to the stand here, when we were standing up on my plot, we looked over the ridges over here, and you can see quite a little ways. And one of the big mature bucks that I think I'm after, actually I know I'm after him if he comes through, was working his way already through the open pasture there and going over the other ridges. So hopefully with a little bit of luck, maybe he's just out cruising, and with the south wind he'll get on a doe that comes through this creek bottom here. But with any luck and we got the right weather, we'll see what happens. Well, I'll give you a quick update here. It's about 4 o'clock, and Thad and I finally had our first deer sighting from the stands. Had a mature doe and 2 yearlings worked away on the pasture, cattle pasture to the north of us. But since we've been up here, there was a couple branches in the way, so I went ahead and took down the bigger of the 2, and it opened up my my lane to shoot down in that creek bed. So with the sun going down on the horizon, the temperatures are getting cooler, so hopefully that'll mean these deer are going to start moseying their way through, either going up to my food plot or to the neighbor's big alfalfa field or bean field that he has back here. So hopefully something mature will come through and we can put the Hoyt to use. Well, it's been a tough vacation we've had going here. Maybe this will be the tide that turns it around for us. Just had a mature doe come in, and no bucks were following her or nothing. And right here at last light, I decided I was going to take her at 10 yards. We finally got on the board on November 8th. We'll get down here in a little bit and get this recovered and get it out of here.
Well, here she is. She literally only went probably 20 yards from where I shot her. Good mature doe. This is what you look whenever you're trying to do herd management, getting the older mature deer out of the herd. And that's what we done tonight. There wasn't any bucks behind her or nothing, so right there at last light I decided to take her, and couldn't be any happier. I mean, good old, big old mature doe, and they'll be good deer sticks. So hopefully this turns the tide for Thad and I's season here on our vacation, and we can get on some mature bucks now and get back at it in the morning. So stay tuned to what the DeMoss brothers have to bring you.